All right, let's get this show started.
Joe Rogan has expressed concern about Jake Paul following his knockout loss to Anthony Joshua. On the latest episode of his podcast, Rogan praised Paul for having the courage to step into the ring with Joshua. However, he also cautioned Jake against taking fights of that level in the future, warning about the risk of long-term damage and the potential for developing CTE, which can ruin lives. Jake Paul already has his next opponent in mind following his loss to Anthony Joshua over the weekend. On Tuesday, Paul appeared on the Impulsive podcast, where he shared some controversial takes on his performance against Joshua. Jake claimed he won the first 2 rounds before gassing out and even said he wobbled Joshua with his trademark overhand right.
Wobbled, and I was like, he kept his hands up better this fight. I won 2 rounds for sure, and then he won 2, and then I got dropped. Doing good. I just think my cardio, the mental pressure of the big guy, sparring the big people, is different than the 10-ounce gloves. I was feeling his power a lot more. It was just mental, imposing his will on me, being massive and the big shots landing. All goes downhill from there. I wish I had more than 3 weeks to prepare, to maybe have like put on some more muscle to be able to like sit there. I should have gone to altitude to train. That was my biggest mistake. I just needed that extra level of cardio for this.
Paul also took shots at Francis Ngannou, saying he wants to face the former UFC heavyweight champion next.
But yeah, I mean, I told everyone though that I would do better than Francis, and that Francis kind of got no chin.
So
Francis low-key soft.
you made it further than Francis by he went 6 rounds.
You know what that means?
What? He's got a
He could beat Francis.
I thought Francis.
Based on the
this is
logic.
math.
Wow, that's a good idea.
He could
actually.
beat Francis.
I think maybe now he'll take it like and be like, oh shit.
Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua was one of the biggest events in sports last week, and now there are numbers to back it up. According to Netflix, the boxing match drew in 33 million concurrent viewers, making it the #1 program in 45 countries as it was happening. It also produced the highest grossing boxing gate in Kaseya Center's history. The one-sided boxing match was also a success on Netflix's social media channels around the globe, generating 1.25 billion impressions and trending not only in the United States, but also United Kingdom and Brazil. Robert Whittaker has joined the growing list of fighters interested in transitioning to boxing after their MMA careers. Speaking on his MMA Arcade podcast, Whittaker discussed Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua and revealed that he would be open to stepping into the boxing ring for potential super fights down the line.
I think it looks good for Jake because it showed that Jake does have some level of boxing. He's a boxer. Yeah, it turned into a bit of a thug fight by the end of it. Jake hasn't had that much experience. He got paid a truckload of cash for it too. I'd fight AJ for 90 million. I'd fight AJ for much, much less.
Would you actually go into boxing after UFC?
Yeah, it interests me for sure. Not actually having to go through the boxing circuit the way like a lot of guys did. If I can move into straight up to these, like, what are you going to call them? What sort of fights are these? They're like the UFC guys that are coming into boxing doing those sort of fights. Yeah, I think there's some money to be made there. I think it'll keep me fit. It's definitely an aspect of the sport that I enjoy. I've always loved striking. To move into that field would be cool. It would be a nice fresh change.
Just don't throw that head kick after the 1-2.
Derrick Lewis nearly faced a kickboxing legend at UFC 324. On the Beast and the Cowboy podcast, Lewis claimed that he was offered a fight against Rico Verhoeven at UFC 324 instead of Waldo Cortez Acosta, but the Dutch kickboxing star ultimately turned down the opportunity.
No, they talking about, oh, we got something big for you. Don't worry about it. Just sit and wait. So I've been waiting and nothing happened. They ain't talking about, oh, it's going to be something big. You're going to like it. Paramount in January. I'm like, man. Then they talking about against who? First it was supposed to be some dude from, what is that?
From Glory?
Glory Kickboxing, the champion. What's the dude name, man? I'm terrible with names. Who?
Verhoeven. Rico.
Rico.
That's the one.
It was supposed to be against him. Then he turned the fight down. Then we was trying to get the Russian dude back. Sergey. No, not Sergey. Parkovich or whatever.
Oh, Sergey Pavlovich.
Okay, shit.
Yeah, whatever his name is.
But he said no. Then the Dominican dude, he accepted the fight, so I said, okay, let's get it.
Sean O'Malley sees a path back to a title shot at the UFC White House event. O'Malley aims to end a 2-fight losing streak when he faces Song Yadong at UFC 324 on January 24th. After losing his last 2 title fights to Merab Dvalishvili, a shot at the belt seemed far off. But with Petr Yan dethroning Merab at UFC 323, O'Malley now has a clear opportunity, especially since he holds a 2022 victory over Yan. Speaking on the latest episode of his podcast, fights, O'Malley said that when Yan beat Merab, it gave him a whole new level of excitement, and that's the fight he wants next, if he can get past Song.
Dude, I just have a whole new energy and I'm just excited. I'm just very excited about this fight. When Peter beat Merab, I got a whole new level of just like,
yeah, it opened things up a lot.
Just a whole new fucking mental switch, and just like, I'm gonna go out there and beat Song, and me and Peter at the White House. Like, I just don't see any other. I don't see it, and I could be wrong. Just me, just thinking out loud, man. It just makes sense.
Ilia Topuria and Merab Dvalishvili recently linked up in Spain, where they shared a few sparring rounds together. Now, Topuria has taken Merab along for a drive through Spain in his supercar. Topuria also posted footage showing himself sharpening his boxing skills. Sean Strickland and Michael Pereira went at it in hard sparring. Strickland summed it up with his usual blunt honesty.
How's the fight, Michel? No, Brazilians, they will die for nothing, dude. These Brazilians, you guys have no idea. Like, you can put a Cheeto in the ring and they will die for that Cheeto. Like, I mean, I respect these a lot.
Luke Rockhold isn't a fan of the UFC's decision to push Paddy Pimblett. In a recent interview with Submission Radio, Rockhold criticized the promotion's move to position Pimblett for an interim lightweight title shot, arguing that he's not the true contender and that Arman Tsarukyan deserves the opportunity instead.
I think they're trying to do anything they can to put little Paddy into a title situation. You know what? I just don't. I'm annoyed with fighters that think that the interim title means anything. You know, you see guys like Justin Gaethje, and he knows it. He knows it. Like, you know, none of that shit really means much to him because he wants to be a real champion. But then you got Paddy's already talking about, like, you know, I'm going to be champion, this, that. Like, it's already there. Like, this fight, just like that belt means something. Come on. They're doing anything they can to give Paddy the best matchup he can to be a champion and to bring that love back to the UK. So, I don't know. It's not my favorite. Arman's a beast, man. Look what he's doing in grappling right now, and how he's just destroying these guys. It's not easy, and then how he translates it to fighting. He's a problem for everybody.
Here are the top 3 memes found on the internet. Number 3 meme was posted by Robert. Number 2 meme was posted by Cage Culture. And number 1 meme was posted by Undisputed Take. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel to stay updated with the latest MMA news.